Ichiro is famous not only in Japan, of course, but even in other countries, especially in America, where he played in the MLB, the Major League Baseball, for more than 15 years in all, till he finally retired the league in March 2019. You can't talk about Ichiro with his baseball without his father. Ichiro's father is also called Chichiro in the media to rhyme with Ichiro, where Chichi means father in Japanese. Their baseball practices when Ichiro was young is quite well known in Japan. Ichiro was only 3 when he got his own toy bat and ball for the first time. He loved baseball so much that he always held them when he slept. He joined a local baseball team when he was 7. However, he could play only on Sundays, and that wasn't enough for him. So, he practiced baseball with his father on other days. Most elementary schools have club activities for the older grades, and it happened that there was no baseball club at Ichiro's elementary school. His father suggested him to perhaps join the soccer club, thinking Ichiro might want to join a club activity with his other classmates. But Ichiro didn't want to do that. He just wanted to do baseball. So his father said, "Okay then, I'll practice baseball every day, one-on-one with you, for 4 years, till you finish elementary school. It's a man-to-man promise, so don't you ever break that." Chichiro believed that the initial step for a child to find his or her dream should be provided by the child's parent. Chichiro, in fact, had the knowledge and skill with baseball because he also played baseball in high school. His team came 4th in his prefecture, Aichi, when Chichiro was in his final year at high school. What is amazing with the promise he made with his little boy was that the father too kept his promise. Chichiro excused his work early and went off for their practice that started from 3:30 p.m. every day after Ichiro came back from school till it got dark. Yes, literally, every day, even on rainy days. There was a sports ground in the neighborhood where they could practice baseball, and the father and the son practiced a daily routine that included some jogging, a light game of catch, throwing 50 pitches, fielding 50 infield balls and 50 outfield balls, and hitting 500 pitches, where 250 were from a pitching machine and 250 from Chichiro. It was a more quality-conscious practice rather than quantity, and focused on each throw and catch. The father and the son were able to build the original model for Ichiro's batting style from these practices, in which Chichiro's unique training made that possible. Normally, peppers are thrown from under with a slow pitch. However, Chichiro threw with his 100%. Added to that, to avoid inertia with Ichiro's swings, there were slow balls thrown at times. And so Ichiro was able to develop agility, eliminating wasted motions to hit fast balls, and also good reflexes to hit unexpected slow balls among the fast. This model, where both hands are kept close to the left shoulder, shaped Ichiro's characteristic move when batting. By shifting his weight forward, his grip would be kept behind his head right till the very last minute. As the forward step is made, building up his strength, his hands came at with the shortest distance at the last moment. And by leaving his grip behind till the end, it made it possible to respond to slow or fast balls and even breaking balls. Ichiro swings his bat from the left side, and so people might think he is left-handed, but actually he is not. Ichiro had trained him to swing from that side, thinking it will give him a few steps advantage to get to the first base. It was a strenuous practice for a child, but both Ichiro and his father recall their practices as an enjoyable experience. The secret here is probably because the father never really got angry during practice and praised his son when he did well. Next, you would think his dad was working, wasn't he? Yes, he was. Luckily, Ichiro's workplace was close by, and his position as the head of a company manufacturing electrical parts made it easier to do so, although I'm sure he had to rearrange his schedules at times to be committed that much. Another well-known story about Ichiro's childhood is related to the batting center. In Japan, quite a lot of batting centers can be found, where you pay money and practice your swings and batting with balls thrown automatically from machines. Ichiro and his father soon started attending a nearby batting center every day. The reason for this is simply because Ichiro's hits started to go over the walls, and they thought the time they kept looking for the ball was a waste of time. After their practices at the sports ground, they would drop by a shop to buy ice cream, went home, had dinner, and after Ichiro finished his homework, they would set off to the batting center. Ichiro would stand behind the net, monitored Ichiro's form, and also checked whether Ichiro swung his bat within the stroke zone properly. The batting closed at 11 p.m., but the pair were often there till the end. When Ichiro, in his third grade, started going to the batting center, the speed of the ball was 65 miles or 105 kilometers an hour. But 3 years later, he was able to easily hit 75 miles or 120 kilometers an hour. With a request from the pair, the manager prepared an improved machine specially for Ichiro, which threw at 80 miles or 130 kilometers an hour. And that was the best the manager could do. Soon, even that was enough for the boy, and when Ichiro was 15, the manager would move the machine several feet closer, making it a 93-mile or 150 kilometers an hour pitch. And, as you might have guessed, Ichiro even mastered this as well. Even though Ichiro owned a company, the money that was spent on this batting center was quite a sum. One game consisted of 25 pitches, which was 200 yen at that time. Ichiro did at least 5 games, and on average 8 games a day, which meant it was 1,600 yen a day, totaling 40,000 to 50,000 yen a month. Ichiro decided to quit his golf and expenses on other things for himself, putting first priority on Ichiro's baseball. People often think it's no use practicing at the batting center, because they're almost all strikes and of course different from pitches thrown by a real pitcher. However, Ichiro commented about this later on, saying, "You could practice anywhere to hit the balls, but the batting center was most effective to train dynamic vision and abilities to react and deal with fast balls." In the evening after their practice, Ichiro would massage Ichiro's soles, as he believed that the foot having all its nerve endings was the key to a sound body. This went on for 7 years every day without fail. Ichiro considered this as a skinship time with his son. In Japan, it is generally not a common practice for parents to hug and kiss their children as much as people in other countries like America do. But it's interesting to note that children in Japan often have baths together with their parents when they're young, whether it be mother and son or father and daughter. Chichiro did this with Ichiro too, which continued until Ichiro was 12 years old. As you can see, Ichiro in his 6th grade in elementary school was already better skilled than most high school players, and during that year he wrote an essay titled My Dream. I don't exactly know in which period of his 6th grade he wrote this, but in Japan, because elementary schools end with the 6th grade, it's a common practice to write essays in that final grade and compile them in a graduation album or a book of essays. It may well have been written for such occasions. Don't be surprised how serious and specific he was with his dream, or would you say goal, because it was so realistic. I can tell you for sure, I've never read an essay like this written at such a young age. See for yourself how much of his dream has come true. My dream is to be a first-class professional baseball player. To realize that, I have to play in the national tournament when I'm in the junior high and high school. And to be able to do that, I need to practice. I have started practicing from age 3. From 3 to 7 years old, I had been practicing about half of the year, but from my 3rd grade, I have been practicing hard for 360 out of 365 days, which meant I could play with my friends for only 5 to 6 hours a week. Because I've been practicing like that, I'm sure I can definitely become a professional baseball player. And then, after I play in the baseball teams in junior high and high school, and graduate high school, I'm planning to enter the pros. The team will be Chunichi Dragons or Seibu Lions. My goal is a contract signing bonus of 100 million yen. What I am confident in is pitching or batting. Last summer, we were in the national tournament. I saw most of the pitchers, but I felt convinced that I was the number 1 player in the tournament. With batting, I hit 3 home runs in 4 matches in the prefectural tournament, and my batting average was 583. As you can see, it was a satisfactory result for me too. We played undefeated this year. I will continue to work hard like this. When I become a first-class professional player, it is also my dream to send out invitations to people who have given me support so that they can watch and cheer for me. In any case, my biggest dream is to be a professional baseball player.